feet are flat on the ground. Let's make sure our body is in alignment right when we get started. And the way we do this, we take our hands and put them between our knees. And this ensures that our knees are aligned with our hips. And if you take those fists down and put them between your ankles, then your ankles are aligned with your knees. And this means that you're sitting in a proper alignment and we're not leaning one way or the other. Back is nice and straight. Tilt those hips back, tuck that abdomen in nice and tight. And we'll start by loosening up the shoulders. We'll do some big circles. And really exaggerate these circles. You really want to exaggerate stretching in those deep sockets underneath and across the back. Really opening up this joint and getting some fluid in there. One more full circle, nice and big, drop it down. Let's stop and change direction. Pull it forward, nice. And as you pull it forward, you should feel that stretch across the back, drop it down, across the shoulders, and then across the chest. All the way around. Oh, I see Lydia joining us. Welcome, Lydia. Lydia, we have weights and we have a towel, okay? So grab a towel too. Shoulders up and drop them down, nice. Let's bring them up, try to touch our ears with our shoulders, drop them down. Try to touch your ears and drop them down. And doing this, you might feel some tension, so let's relax those shoulders, let them feel relaxed. Nice. We're gonna loosen up the neck a little bit. Hands are gonna stay on the knees to make sure our body is still facing forward, and we're just going to turn the head. And let's turn to the right, forward, and then to the left. One last time forward. Now let's look up and down. And remember when you look up, extend that chin up so you feel that stretch all the way across your chest. And then look down. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I do this, I'm always so tight. It doesn't matter how often I stretch my neck. This area is always tight on me. One last time down, and back to center, nice. Let's raise that right hand up, extend it up so you feel that stretch all the way down to the hip. We're gonna bend at the elbow so our hand lands on our ear, tilt that head down, left hand points towards the ground. This is where you're getting a nice stretch all the way across this area here. And release. Let's switch sides. Left hand comes up, again, extend it up, feel that stretch all the way down to your hip. Drop that hand, tilt it down, right hand points towards the earth. Nice stretch all the way across the shoulder, up the neck. And release, nice. Let's bring both hands up, stretch up nice and tall. And I'm gonna interlace my fingers and go behind my head. Now I'm gonna tilt my head down. Keep your body nice and straight. So as I tilt my head down, don't let your body round, just the neck. And release. Get a nice stretch in that position there. Awesome. Let's take that right hand, put it onto the left knee. Opposite hand goes, and let's twist and look behind us. And come back forward. Do the opposite side now. And come back forward. We're going to do each side one more time. This time, make sure that you're extending that gaze just a little bit further. You want to start warming up those muscles around your eyes. So let's turn to the left. Extend that gaze. Come back forward, and let's do to the right. And come back forward. Very nice. Leaving our hands on our knees, let's do our modified cat-cow from sitting down. I'm going to pull our body forward and look up. Push our body back, curling, looking down. And let's do this a few times. Starting to warm that spine up. One more time, both directions, forward. Last time, backwards. And stand your body up straight, nice. Okay, so we're gonna let those hands drop to the side, and now we're gonna do that spine, we're gonna do those egg beaters, right? So we're gonna start moving our body in a circle. So now we're still warming up that spine, but we're starting to engage the hips as we do this. Let's do some circles. We'll do one more circle in this direction. We're going to stop and let's change direction. All the way to the side and come back up straight. Nice work. All right. Let's get these muscles in the front warmed up. We're going to do that by pushing them out, putting them in, pushing them out, putting them in. This is a great workout for the abs. It's going to really build that core strength. And so we're going to get those muscles warmed up. So suck it in, push it out. Suck it in, push it out. You can match your breath to it if you'd like, but you don't have to. This isn't about breath work. This is more about working those ab muscles. One more time, push out. One more time, suck in and release. Nice. We're going to continue loosening up these sides. And let's raise up that right hand up nice and tall. My left hand's going to grab onto my chair to keep me secure, to make sure I don't fall out. And I'm going to lean over to the left. And as I do so, this hip may want to lift up. So keep that hip down, extend that arm up. So you're pushing down with the hip, lifting up with the hand. Extend a little further. Really feel that stretch down the side of your body. And bring that hand back. Let's switch. Raise that left hand up. Extend as high as you can. This hand is keeping me nice and secure so I don't fall out of my chair. Lean over to the right and extend that arm up. Push that left hip down. So you're pushing down, lifting up. And pull that down. Good job. All right, let's add our legs to this. So I'm going to put my left leg out straight. Right arm comes up. And I'm going to lean towards that leg. And feel that stretch all the way down to my hip. And bring that hand back up. And let's go down one more time. And we'll bring our body back up. Let's bring that foot in. Nice. Let's put that right leg out. Left hand comes up. Extend up as tall as you can. And let's lean towards that extended leg. You should feel that stretch all the way down the side here. Bring that arm up. We're going to go back again, so don't get comfortable yet. Stand up and lean over. And bring that arm back up and let it drop down. Nice. So I'm going to leave my right leg out. And as I leave it out, I'm going to kind of shift my body. So each of us have different chairs. So let's see how this works for you. But my foot is still out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this muscle right here. I'm going to stretch it out and my back calf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my heel. I don't know if you can see. Push my heel down towards the ground. So I'm still seated down, but I'm pushing my heel. So I feel that stretch up the front of my leg and the back of my calf. You can hang onto the chair and push your body upright. If you feel comfortable, you can even lift your arms up, get a nice stretch on your core. So you can have your hands down or up, whatever's comfortable. And And bring those arms down. Come back to the center, very nice. Let's do the other side now. So I'm gonna take my left leg, push it behind me. So I'm on the balls of my feet, on my toes. And then I'm gonna push, straighten that leg out. Try to touch that heel to the ground. So I feel that stretch up the back of my leg, even a little bit on the front of my leg. You can push your body up against the chair to get a nice upright position. If you feel comfortable, you can lift your arms up. That gives you a stretch down the core. And let's bring those hands down, bring those feet in. Nice. All right. So we've warmed up the neck, the shoulders. We've loosened up the core. We've done a little bit of hip and upper leg work. But let's loosen these up just a little bit more. And I'm just going to bring my leg up and do a nice figure four. And we might still be a little stiff because we haven't warmed it up yet. So I'm just going to push my knee down, lift my foot up. I'm not going to expect too much yet. We're still not warmed up. And we're just going to release it down. Nice. Bring that other leg up. Try to get as straight as you can. And release. Nice. Let's warm these knees up. I'm just going to let those legs swing. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We're not working the core yet. We're not looking at the muscles. We're just trying to get some fluid in those knees. And if you want to, you could do a little circle. So I can let my legs go in a circle. And you feel fluid going into the sides of those kneecaps now. Really lubricating these joints. I'm going to switch and go the other direction. Especially in this heat, our joints can get dry. We want to make sure there's lubrication in those joints before we start moving them. And set down the center. Nice. And down to the ankles now. You can hang on to your leg, hang on to your knee. You can even set it here, but the goal is to have that foot feel relaxed so that you can circle it around and loosen up those joints in the ankle. And then grab those toes, pull those toes towards you, loosen up those toes. And release. Nice. Let's do the other ankle. Again, you can hold on to your leg. You can rest it on your knee, however it's comfortable for you, just so you can let that ankle swing around, getting some fluid inside there. And pull those toes back towards you. And release. All right. Let's get going now. We'll put our arms out. I'm going to do some circles. I'm going to start with little circles. It's a great way to tone the upper arms. It helps those deltoids on the top, but also this area underneath, which sometimes can get a little loose. Let's build these circles up a little bigger. So now I'm making medium-sized circles. Body strong, core is nice and tight. Tuck that abdomen in. We'll make some big circles. And I'm going to stop at the top and let's go down the opposite direction. And I'm opening my fingers as I go up. Just feel some energy. Go all the way out to those fingertips. I'm going to move into medium circles. The way I feel that energy through my entire arm. You know, it's hard to see me, I guess. My screen's not that big. And then we'll do little circles. And relax those arms. Good job. Nice. All right. Whew. I have my thermostat set at 77, which is fine if I'm just sitting around. But when I start working out, 77 feels really warm. So, all right. So now we're going to reach down with that right hand, reach up with the right hand, And so, with the left hand. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna imagine that I'm pulling a rope down and I'm lifting up, maybe a kettlebell, and I'm gonna bring them to the center. And as I do that, I'm using these muscles right here on the side. So I pull those hands together and then switch. Let's do 10 of these. 1, another side, 2, 3, 4, pull them together, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and release, nice. And let's put our hands onto our shoulders, and we'll do some circles with just our elbows now. Loosen that up. Let's stop, change direction. One last circle. And leave your fingers here on your shoulders. I'm going to take my right elbow. I'm going to touch my left knee and then drop it down. And then I'm going to alternate and do the other side. And we'll do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Nice. So I had asked each of you to get a towel, so if you go ahead and grab your towel right now. And I'm just going to fold, or you can even ball it up, but you want your towel to be kind of like wadded in a ball. So you can fold it, wad it, however it feels comfortable. I'm going to stick it between my knees. And once it's between my knees, I'm going to try to touch those knees together. And I'm doing that because you might hurt your kneecap if you didn't have something soft in there. So let's compress those knees. And so you feel these muscles on your thighs as you're compressing them together. Keep your abdomen nice and tight as you do this. Squeeze those knees as close as you can. Make sure that that towel is balled up so your knees shouldn't feel any pain. There shouldn't be any pressure there. And release. Nice. We're going to do that again. So just hang on to your towel, make sure it doesn't drop. Take a deep breath in. Let's do that again. Let's stick it between your knees and squeeze as tight as you can. I know if you've been in class with me, you've heard me compare this to the thigh master, Suzanne Summers. She was famous for that. And let's release. Nice. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to go all the way down to my ankles. And I'm going to squeeze. And depending on where you are today, what your abilities are, you can lift your legs up a little bit as you squeeze those ankles together, trying to touch them right where that towel is sitting. And relax. Nice. We're going to do it one more time. Let's squeeze those ankles together. Abdomen is nice and tight and relax. Nice. So I'm going to leave the towel between my ankles and I'm going to lift my feet up. And so you have to keep your legs tight, otherwise that towel is going to fall. And let's lift our feet for a count of 10. 1, 2, abdomen is nice and tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's leave our feet out and let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Great job. Go ahead and grab that towel. We're going to be done with it for right now, but we're going to use it at the end of our session. So go ahead and place it somewhere where you'll be able to find it. So we put that towel down. We're going to move to our weights now. If you have some water, this might be a good time to take a sip of water. Make sure you're hydrating between these sessions. And grab our weights. I see a couple people moving around. Okay. Let's take these weights, palms facing me, put them down as low as you can, kind of near your knees. We're going to do our bicep curls. So let's make sure your feet are nice and comfortable, flat on the ground. Just going to curl up those weights to our shoulders and then lower them back down. So this is our bicep curls. And let's start with a count of 10. 1, 2. I don't know if you can hear my kitty cat. She's on the move. 3, 4, 5. Keep your abdomen tight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up, back down. Nice. Point those palms towards each other. Same move, only now our palms are facing each other. And let's do these 10 times. 1, 2, 3. You can imagine you're pushing down, get that tension. 4, going both directions. 5, push. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders and back down, nice. Open those palms facing me. If you want to add a little bit of a wrist workout, you can actually let those weights drop a bit as you curl them up. And that's going to work this little wrist area right here. This rep is going to be for a count of 8. So if you want to open them up and curl them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up, back down. Nice. Hands face each other. Another rep of 8. 1. Push them down. 2. Keep your abdomen tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up to the shoulders, back down. Nice. We have one more rep. Palms facing me. Again, you can add that extra wrist if you'd like. This count is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way up, back down. Palms facing each other. Last one. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to the shoulders and back down. Nice, good work. Remember, take some sips of water as you need them. I'm going to let my weights go to each side. I'm going to lift my arms up like airplanes, and then I'm going to flip them. And so now my palms are up and go all the way up. Back to airplanes, flip them down and back down. Go ahead and try that. We have not done that in our Zoom class yet. And this is a tough one, moving up from this position. So you may decide that you don't want to use weights, or maybe you want to do every other one. Find a position that's comfortable for you. Hands are at the side. And let's do 10 of these. Let's lift up to airplanes, flip them up, all the way up, back down to airplanes, flip them down, and relax. That was 1, 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. You guys got this. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. And relax. Woo, good job. Nice. Check in with those shoulders. Make sure they're not feeling too tight. Keep them nice and relaxed. We're going to do a rep of 8, only this time we're just going to go up the halfway point and back down. So this time we're just going to go to the airplanes. We're going to do 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Halfway up and down. Nice. So our last rep, I'm going to give you an option. You can do halfway, or you can go all the way up. And we're going to do 6 of these. So you can decide. If you're only going to halfway, you're going to have to hold it for just a little bit till we catch back up with you. Let's go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax. Nice, great job. I saw a lot of people pushing all the way to the top. Good work. Let's put those weights in the center here. Touch those knuckles together. We're going to work some more of the arms. This is working the biceps, but it's also working these muscles on the top of the arm. And you're adding some chest muscle here as you're opening up and closing back up. And we're going to do 10 of these to begin with. 1, close it back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to center and relax. Nice. Check in with those shoulders. Make sure they're not creeping up. You want them to be nice and relaxed. Let's bring those weights back up to center. This time we'll have a rep of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. Nice. You see shadows there? Last rep is for a count of 6. Back to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Open up and back and relax. Nice. Let's loosen up those shoulders. Let them hang. Nice. Remember, make sure you're hydrating. You need to take some water. And I mentioned this in last class. In Ayurveda, we don't ever drink cold water because we want to keep this digestive fire moving. So it's either room temperature or warm. Right now I have room temperature. I've got my weights on the center here. I'm going to hand them to someone behind me, and then I'm going to move them back to the center. Then I'm gonna hand them to someone on the opposite side and bring them back to the center. And we're gonna begin with 10 of these moves. So you can go either direction, whatever is comfortable for you. Let's begin. 1, and back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to center, nice. So this next one is very similar, only we're gonna have the weights to the right and we're gonna move them all the way to the left. So we're not gonna have that midway, we're not gonna stop in the center. And so we're gonna bring it all the way across our body. As you do these, remember it's the core that's doing this. So make sure these core muscles are engaged. And let's do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way across and now back to center. Good job. One last exercise to work on these core sides. I'm going to lower my weight down to the right. Opposite hand's going to come up as high as it can, like where your bra strap would reside. And we're going to alternate and switch sides. And let's do this for a count of 10. 1, 2. Use your side muscles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way down and back. Nice. So we've done this exercise once. I'm not sure if all of you were in this class. I'm gonna hold the weight close to my body and I'm gonna lean forward. And then I'm gonna bring my body up. But when I bring my body up, don't push against your legs. Don't let your legs lift your body up. You want the muscles in this back area to contract, and that's what's gonna raise up. So imagine these muscles back here pulling you up as you sit up. And so that's going to strengthen this lower back area. And so you want to make sure that you're picturing these lower back muscles working. So go ahead and put these weights close to your body. We're going to lean forward and we're going to bring our body up for a count of 10. Imagine those back muscles. 1, doing all this work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice, good job. All right. Let's bring these weights up towards our shoulders. In this exercise, we're going to push one arm up, bring it down. And as this arm's coming down, this arm's going to come up. And we're going to alternate. And we're going to do this for 3 different reps. Our first rep will be for a count of 10. So you have some options here. You can open up your arms. If you open up your arms when you do this, you'll feel a little more of a workout across your chest. You can close your arms up and then your biceps are doing all of this. You can alternate or you can choose one. And we're going to start with 10. 1, and alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice. We'll do another rep. The next rep is for a count of 8. And I want you to imagine that you're a cheerleader, and these are pom-poms in your hands. And you ever see those cheerleaders on the field, they're like, yeah, shaking it. Really extend that energy out. Imagine you're pushing, it's this energy at the end that's going to shoot out. And so let's bring those weights back up, and let's do for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, go team, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back down. Nice. I was never a cheerleader. Last rep is for a count of 6. Bring those weights up. Again, shoot that energy up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. Nice. Set those weights onto your knees. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see a little better. My weights are just on my knees here. I'm going to lift these weights straight out and back down. And let's do 3 reps. First rep is going to be a count of 10. And you know, I'm lucky that I can see my body and I can kind of correct my posture when I see that I'm not sitting correctly. You don't want your hips to lean in. Push those hips out so that you're protecting this lower back. And so when I see my body, I'm thinking you might be doing the same. Feet are flat on the ground. Tuck that abdomen in. Push that back out. And let's do it to count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up and back down. Nice. We're going to do 2 more reps. Same exercise. This next rep is going to be a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up and back down. All right, we have 1 more rep, but I'm going to modify it a little bit. We're going to bring our arms all the way up and all the way back down for that last rep. Now, this might be a little much for you to lift all the way up. You can set 1 weight down and use 1 weight going all the way up, or you can just let your weights go. However you feel like you can protect your body today. And so let's lift all the way to the top for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up and back down. Nice. Whew. Grab some water if you need it. We're going to leave the weights right here on our knees. Now turn sideways so you can see. We're going to do that lift up. And so we're going to go up onto our tiptoes, and this weight is going to add some resistance. You can add additional resistance by pushing down, or if you want to put something heavier on your lap so that you have extra weight. But I'm going to go up as high as I can on my tiptoes. And then let's do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's hold up on our tiptoes. How high can you go? Can you go even higher? Go way, way up on your tiptoes, pushing down at the same time. Imagine those calf muscles super tight. Tighten those calf muscles, really work them out, and relax. Nice. Good job. Let's go ahead and set these weights down. And you know what? Let's hang on to 1 weight. We're going to set 1 weight down. I didn't do this yet. And so let's go ahead and twist a weight or a water bottle, whatever you have towards you. Just give our wrist a little bit of a workout here. This helps strengthen that grasp. And that way, if you're having trouble opening jars, this is going to help strengthen those muscles there. And we're going to stop and let's go the other direction. But you may already be feeling a little fatigued. These are really tiny muscles and they don't take a whole lot to work out. And so you want to be careful. I'm pushing it away now. Nice. Okay, now let's set this weight down. So both our weights are down. And why don't we go ahead and shake those wrists out? Just that little bit was enough to cause a little fatigue in the wrists. All right, nice. Okay, I think we've done a good job working out these arms. We've done some work on our abdomen. Let's do a little more on our lower ab and our knees here. and our legs. I'm gonna hang onto the chair. I'm gonna lift my knee up and bring it back down, and then lift the other knee up and bring it back down. So the chair is here to help support me. You can use it to really hang on and help you lift, or you can just lightly hang on to it to make sure that your back is staying nice and erect. You don't want to be leaning as you lift up, because then your body is lifting up, and we want these muscles here. I'm going to lift these knees for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice. If that seemed a little easy for you, you can sit at the edge of your chair, so that way the chair isn't supporting you. I'm going to do that same move for another count of 10. Let's go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice. All right. So I scooted to the edge, so now I've got a little bit of a space between me and the back of the chair. I'm going to use that space, and let me turn sideways so you can see. So I've got a little bit of a gap, but I can lean back, and you see how I kind of lean back on an angle? Now I can lift both my knees up. Both my knees can come up at the same time. I've got my hands to protect me. They might even be a little more support for you. But we're going to be working these ab muscles in the top of our thighs. And so go ahead and find that position that's comfortable. If today you need more support, you can actually lean back against the chair. I want to work my ab a little bit, so I'm leaning back, but I'm not touching the back of the chair. I am hanging on, and let's lift these legs for a count of 10. 1, 2. Don't bounce them up, let's pull them up. 3. Use those ab muscles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice, good job. All right. That move there takes a lot of muscles from the front. You might also feel some of the muscles in the back working. And so we're gonna relax these muscles by just letting your body hang forward and then letting your arms hang down. When you do this, you should feel a nice release in your lower back. If you're standing up, you can just hang over, yeah. And go ahead and walk your body back up. Nice job, good, good. I'm gonna open my legs up. I'm still sitting in my chair. And I can put my hands down the center of my chair to keep my body up nice and tall. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push against the ground with my feet just to lift myself up a little bit and back down. So I just started doing these the last 2 weeks. And so maybe you've started feeling these muscles in your legs becoming a little stronger. And so you really want to push against the ground. If you are chair bound, if you're not able to leave the chair, that's okay. You can still take those feet and push against the ground. Really imagine you're pushing and doing that resistance against the ground. You'll get that same tautness inside the legs. And so we're going to lift up or push down depending on your ability for the count of 10. 1, and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go down, but let's not go down all the way. You can see I've got a little bit of a gap here. Push those legs out. We're just going to hold this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see you, Rose. You got to hold it for extra time now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Woo, nice. Let's bring those legs back in. Good job. Woo. Really working those legs. Good work. All right. So we did leg lifts. with the towel inside here, and those will work on the top of the thighs here. I'm gonna bring my body to the edge of the chair. I'm gonna do those leg lifts again. And as I do so, I'm gonna hold it just for a second and then bring it back down. Hold it just for a second and bring it back down. And we're gonna do this because we're gonna hold it. Let's just do it for 5. And we'll keep a little bit of a gap as you hold it out and then drop it down. 1, sticking out. And drop. 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way out. Let's hold it a little bit longer. And relax. Nice. Good work. Let's open those legs one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and put my elbows down on my legs. And I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to open up those thighs. This is giving me a nice stretch on the inside of my thighs here. Push those legs apart. And now I'm going to go ahead and drop my body down the center. Hands touch the ground if you're able to. Let your head fall down. Great. Let's bring those elbows back up to the knees. Hands are going to go to push against those thighs. Only this time I'm going to add some resistance. So I'm going to try to close my legs as I'm pushing against them. So now I'm getting a nice workout on the back of these arms, these muscles right here, and on the inside of my thighs. So push against those arms, push against those legs. Really push hard, push hard. You should feel it in your arms and in your legs. And relax, nice. Let's bring those bodies all the way up. And we'll bring our legs back in. We started the session with a figure 4, but our bodies might have been a little tight. So we're going to do those figure 4s, but we're going to go a little deeper with that stretch. So I'm going to bring my right leg up, put it across my left knee. My body is straight and upright. My spine is erect. I'm going to tilt at my hips and lean forward. And just as a reminder, don't let your back round because this is going to stretch these back muscles and tendons here. Back is straight and lean forward. This is going to allow this hip to loosen up. And breathe into that tightness. And bring your body back up and let's switch. Opposite side. Body's nice and tall. And tilt at the hips. And bring to breathe. And come back up. And let that foot go down. Nice. Let's do a little cardio before we do our pull down. And we're going to do a cardio by walking in place. So swing those arms, get those knees moving. And I think it brings the heart rate up a little more if we lift those knees up higher. Swing those arms a little bit more. Really move that body, engage that whole core. Get that heart rate moving. Remember, this is how we strengthen that muscle in the center here, that heart muscle. You want a nice strong heart. That's going to be pumping the blood for the rest of your body. Let's move up a little faster as you pick up that pace. Let's go a little faster. You've got this. And let's slow it down. Well, let's keep those knees coming up high. Even though we're going a little bit slower, knees are still moving up high, body's still moving those arms, keeping that core nice and warm. And let's stop. Nice. Check in with the pulse. You can check your pulse, see how fast that heart rate is going, or maybe you just feel it in your chest. You want to be able to control this. You want to be able to slow it down. So really imagine the shoulders melting, Whole body's just relaxing, including that heart muscle. Everything's slowing down. Taking a deep breath, let it out. The quicker you can bring this heart rate to normal, the stronger the heart muscle becomes. All right, so we're going to do some more cardio to move this muscle in the heart. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to hang on to the chair, keep my body nice and sturdy in this chair. I'm going to let my feet go to the right and then to the left. And bring it back and forth. If you're, there you go. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do 20 of these. 1, 2, bounce back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You got this. 19, 20. Hand down the center. Woo, good job. Woo. All right, check again with that heart rate. That wasn't just working the heart, right? I could feel that in my thighs. My lower back got a little bit of that too. Let it go. Let the whole body relax. Bring it back. This is a good metaphor throughout the day too. So exercise brings that heart rate up. So there's other things in your life, right? That car that cuts you off, you know, someone said something to you, drop that heart rate down. You have control over this. Don't let that heart rate speed up too fast. Bring it back down. Nice. How much time do we have? We have 6 minutes. All right. We've got one more. Let's do our jumping jacks. We're going to open up those legs, hands clap together, bring them back. And we'll do another count of 20. And you can sit on the edge of the chair if that helps you. If today you need a little more support, you can sit back. That's fine. And let's start with 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and relax. Nice. Let that body calm down. Let it all just melt down. Heart rate goes back to normal. Breath goes back to normal. All right. So we're going to start our cool down now. We're going to use the towel. But if you'd like to grab a sip of water before we get started, go ahead and get some water. Make sure you're hydrating after that cardio workout. So one thing also about room temperature water, it actually hydrates your body faster because it's at the same temperature. It is able to move through your system a little bit faster than if it was cold. So, all right, my feet are flat on the ground, my body's in alignment. Knees are aligned with the hips, ankles aligned with the knees. Back is nice and straight. Let's go ahead and hang on to that towel, bring it up over our head, and extend those arms up, and let's turn to the right and turn to the left. As you do this, you could be pulling apart. This is going to add a little bit of tension here. Right now, we're cooling down. We're trying to release that lactic acid that was built up so we're not so sore tomorrow. And come back to center. Let's lean over to the right. And lean over to the left. And then let's go back to the right. And back to the left. And come back up to center. Let's lean back. Let your head fall back. And bring your body back up. Let's lean forward. And bring that body back up. I'm going to let go of the towel with one hand. I'm going to put that towel behind me. So now that towel is behind me. And while it's behind me, I'm going to turn to the right and to the left. So you may have to adjust on your chair so you have some room. And I'm going to go back and forth, And this is a great stretch across the chest. You should feel your chest opening up as well as the joints up inside this, deep inside this under the arm area. Also nice loosening up the lower back. So I'm going to keep my hands on my towel. Now, if you're too close to the edge of the chair, scoot yourself back. I'm going to lean my body forward and bring my hands up behind me. And bring your body back up. We're going to do that move one more time. So go ahead and keep hold of your towel. Relax those shoulders. Make sure your legs and your feet are aligned. Let's lean that body forward. Raise those arms up. And bring that body back up. Nice. Go ahead and let go of that towel. We're going to do one last spinal release. And let's look over to the right. And come back forward, look over to the left. And come back forward, and last time, lean back, let that head drop back. If you want to, you can open your arms for more of an extension. And bring your body back up, nice. All right, we've got just a minute. In the past, I've done like the eye exercises. I've done where you touched your fingers, and this is good for dementia. One last move that you can add throughout the day is just crossing the midline. So this is your midline right here. You might have heard that the right hemisphere is guiding the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere is guiding the right side of the body. And so right down in the middle is called the midline. And whenever you cross this area, you're actually engaging the other side of the brain. So this is another way to make connections, myelinations between the right and the left hemisphere. So whenever you're crossing the body, you're adding extra strength to your ability to use both the right and the left hemisphere of your brain. And so this is a really simple move. I'm just going to touch the knee to the opposite hand and then just do the other side. And this is really simple. You see me crossing the midline. So I did this when I worked with children. I was an early childhood specialist, and we would have children climbing a rope. And so they would have to reach across to do this. Or we would imagine that we were reaching up and grabbing some fruit from a tree. And you can do this too. But you want to make sure that these hands are crossing the middle of your body and pulling down. And whenever you're crossing that midline, you're engaging both sides of the brain. So think about it throughout the day as you're doing activities. What could you do with the other hand that causes you to reach across your body? Because this is also, you know, you're moving your body, you're engaging your spine, but you're also engaging the right and left hemisphere of your brain. So this is just a really simple move. When we were in class, I would often use a ball, and we would do like that figure 8, because it would make you cross from one side of the body to the other side of the body. And so all of these moves are really great to keep this engaged up here. So, all right, really simple to do, and it feels good, right? All right, so that's class. It's 11 o'clock. I don't know if anybody has any comments